Got some thunderstorms coming across East Mississippi and headed toward West Alabama here on this Thursday evening. Right now, 5:44 as we're looking at this, and this is straight from our live radar from WVTM 13 Live Doppler. Got a storm just to the northwest of downtown Columbus, Mississippi that is tracking east at roughly 20 miles per hour. We'll give it the benefit of the doubt and put it near the state line in about 30 minutes. So downtown Columbus, the community of Steens, community of Forest on the east side of Columbus. You can tell this is going to be there around 6:15 p.m. So what are we looking at for the rest of the evening here around Alabama and Mississippi? Well, we call it an impact day anytime that we're having a chance of some severe weather that's not like high-end severe weather. It's not life-threatening. This is mostly a nuisance kind of thing when it comes to what we're dealing with tonight. Some potentially large hail, some gusty winds. I think the risk of a tornado is very, very low. It's never zero, especially when we're in late April, which is the literal peak of tornado season in the state of Alabama. So this is what we're looking at. Between now and midnight, scattered strong thunderstorms, some heavy rain, some gusty winds, hail that could be the size of quarters or larger. Now, the Storm Prediction Center drew this a little earlier today. This is your slight risk, or level 2 on the scale. The marginal risk is a little farther east, including Jefferson County and Madison County and Montgomery County and Talladega, Calhoun, and Etowah counties. Points east of there, we drop off to a point where we're not expecting severe weather over the eastern side of the state at all. So through tonight and tomorrow morning, here's how we think things are going to work out. From the Shoals to about Russellville, Winfield, Hamilton, Fayette, Berry, Carrollton, Gordo, Utah, Tuscaloosa, Jasper, Arley, Double Springs, Cullman. I could keep naming them, even in Jefferson County. Between now and about 10 p.m., some strong storms are moving through. After that, including Jefferson and Tuscaloosa counties, there may even be a few stragglers that hang back with some scattered storms between 9 p.m. and 2 a.m., but the severe weather threat much, much lower once we are east of the Birmingham area and east of Interstate 65, which happens to be that line right there. If you are west or to the left of that, you've got a much greater chance of some of these storms in Mississippi being severe for the rest of the evening. Look what's been going on down in Florida, though, before we get back to the radar around here. A PDS tornado warning again in the Tallahassee area. This one is east of Tallahassee, close to the Monticello community. PDS tornado warning down there. They've had multiple tornadoes in northwest Florida today. And around here, again, we're not expecting tornadoes, but the development of strong thunderstorms over Mississippi, West Alabama, even some back here into Arkansas are just a sign of a very cold pocket of air aloft. And that cold pocket, situated right in here, you can see the swirl that has developed over Arkansas and Mississippi. Since it's so cold aloft, the freezing level comes way down, about 10,000 feet or less. And when that's the case, it just allows the hail to get very, very large. Let's go and look at this storm again that's coming into the Columbus area, and then that complex that's farther west. You got Columbus right here. The city of Starkville is located right about there. So these storms are just northwest of Starkville, and they are tracking to the east at about 20 miles per hour. So that means they'd be getting into Starkville and West Point in about an hour. So roughly about 6:45 to 7 o'clock. This storm, the one that is tracking east of Starkville into the Columbus area, that's going to hit in Fayette County and Lamar County, maybe northern Pickens County between now and 7 p.m. too. So you see some of the times of arrival there. Move the map over a little bit. So here is Lamar. Here is Pickens. Here's northwest Tuscaloosa County. This is Fayette County right here. So that's in about an hour and 20 minutes. Getting toward Fayette, moving toward Brownville and Samantha, down toward Highway 82, Reform, over to Gordo, and then maybe even Lake Tuscaloosa or Lake Lurleen between 7 and 8 p.m. Now, the question is, how long are these storms going to be around? I'm going to take myself off the screen here so I can show you a few things. First of all, the fuel for storms is clearly greatest in eastern Mississippi and parts of West Alabama, yes, but it's not quite the same. Then watch this. So we go through the evening. Storms continue to progress eastward. And by strength, when I click this button, we're looking at updraft helicity. So how much spin is there to an updraft? You can see quite a bit of it over here with some of these storms northwest of Tupelo on the northern edge of where we have all that instability. But around here, the storms that are moving through they don't have a lot of upward motion or a lot of spin, and that means I think they're going to be weakening as they move toward the east. In fact, look at this. By the time they get through Cullman and Jefferson counties around 10 to 11 p.m., Blount County, we are really running short on fuel. We're down here on the low end of the spectrum. In Mississippi, it's still on the higher end, but around here, and then especially east of Gadsden into Cherokee County and DeKalb County and then North Georgia, there's not a lot to be found here when it comes to the risk of a severe storm. So east of Highway 431 tonight, this is no big deal. Even up in the Huntsville area, there's a risk of a storm or two, yes, but I'm not really expecting a whole lot of severe weather from that across the northern part of the state. So here's what we're looking at going into Friday. These are Birmingham numbers. 63 overnight. Storms are likely. And by likely, I mean draw a box around central Alabama and north Alabama. We're going to have some storms. It's just not going to storm everywhere. Cloudy and mild early in the morning in the 50s. Looks like mid-70s coming up tomorrow afternoon. 7-day forecast, we're going to go into the 70s on Friday. And it looks like upper 70s on Saturday. And then we got to deal with this round of showers and thunderstorms that comes in Saturday evening. So look at what's going on here in North Alabama, Scottsboro to Guntersville, down through Morgan County, Cullman County. That may not exist. There may be a few isolated showers, but I don't think it's a big deal. What's much bigger deal is down near the Gulf Coast, and it's going to be a stormy day again from Mobile to Pensacola to Panama City up to Tallahassee, and then up even toward the Wiregrass, toward the Dothan area. That rain, the storminess kind of moves out. Then we've got the upper air feature, which is back here to the west, that will come overhead and bring a good soaking rain to most of central Alabama early Sunday morning. I think in this area right here that I'm circling, that's where we could have at least 1 to 2 inches of rain. So this area here, Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Demopolis, up to Gadsden, we're going to have quite a bit of rain in that area. So what does that mean for the race on Sunday? The Children's of Alabama Indy Grand Prix, gates open, showers are likely at 8 a.m., but will be drying out as the race starts at noon. And then a northwest breeze about 10 to 20, temperatures in the upper 60s by the time you're headed home from Barber Motorsports Park. And then next week, you know, we're looking at an issue here Monday and Tuesday with a weak disturbance in the area. I think the air's probably too dry for any significant showers or storms here Monday, Tuesday. We may end up with a sprinkle or a shower. I don't want to discount that Monday, Tuesday, but the odds of seeing any sort of significant rain and thunderstorms looks fairly low at this point, especially across north and central Alabama. So here's what's going on for the rest of the evening. We're watching this line of thunderstorms, or this batch of thunderstorms, that is moving across eastern Mississippi. There is a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for the Columbus area until 6:45 p.m. That storm probably has some large hail with it right now. In fact, we can look at you're going to see debris here. We're not really looking for debris. We're looking for differences of the targets in the atmosphere, whether it be precipitation or whether it be stuff like a hailstone. And in this case, I don't really see a whole lot there that looks like a tremendous hail core, but there probably is some there. In fact, we can use our hail size estimator right here. We're looking at about 1/2 to 1 inch diameter hail, which would be roughly nickel size to about the size of a quarter or so, dime size to the size of a quarter. That's going to track right across the lake and then head up into the Columbus area. There is a severe thunderstorm watch in this area until 11 p.m. All the counties that are highlighted in pink here, that includes in western Alabama, Marion County, Winston County, Walker County, Fayette, Pickens, Lamar, Tuscaloosa, Greene, and Sumter, and then most of eastern Mississippi's in that. And then you go all the way back into eastern Arkansas. So there's going to be a lot of stormy weather in this part of the southeast, but good news for Birmingham and points east is by the time it gets to us, it's really not much of a big deal. So that's the update for Thursday evening. It's an impact day because of the scattered storms that we're getting. We'll keep track of this, and of course, be sure you're watching us, WVTM 13 News at 6 and 6:30, and then catch up with us again at 10. And if you're not in the TV market, you can always watch us on WVTM 13.